What's up, YouTube? Dubkdad Team DKF. At the conclusion of the video, please follow the links here and in the underbar. I'd like you guys to really check out my blog. I got some really interesting things up there past week, so please check that out. This video is going to be about my thoughts about the ban list. If there's something on here that not included, it's not because I forgot about it. It's just that I didn't feel like discussing it. So with that said, we'll get into it. Rescue Cat is not here because that's a non-issue. With all the beasts that have been made, I mean, it's poor decision making by Konami. So you knew that had to go. Reason why I have Substitute in of itself is not busted. The fact that they made Ronin and the other cards that makes this an enabler is what makes Substitute busted. You know, cards like Sept and Mind Master should never have been created because they're FTK enablers. Ronin Totem makes this an FTK enabler. So actually, Ronin Totem is the FTK enabler. Mind Master, you know, we're getting a new set of, or a new archetype, and some of those monsters are psychics, and they allow you to draw cards. So that's going to be a new Exodia FTK coming soon. So pretty sure that Mind Master is going to get banned for the same reason Sept got banned. You know, FTK enabling. Konami just did not learn its lesson. Brain control. You know, at one time the card was balanced. It could only take face-ups. You know, it was watered down. Change of heart. But with the advent of powerful tributes and the synchro mechanic, you know, it was just too much. It was a top deck for the win. Everybody hated to lose to brain control. Heavy Storm, I guess they had to go. They need to sell new packs of Duelist Revolution. Got to push those Solemn Warnings and Chivalries and whatnot. And this wrecked back row setups. But at the same time, you're playing against Counter Fairies or GBs. They summon Macquarie and set 4 back rows. You know, that's pretty much a one-turn kill because you're not getting anywhere fast. Now, cards that have been altered from the ban list, you know, in some way. Black Rose to 3. I don't understand why they did that. If they banned Storm, then why bring that to 3 if they're worried about setups? I don't understand it. Yeah, sure, you can't really follow up. Most decks can't follow up very well after a Black Rose, but some decks can. And being able to have 3 of those just isn't right. Chaos Sorcerer, it never should have went to 1 in the first place. In my opinion, the card is extremely balanced. Dropping 1 takes a couple of turns. Dropping 2 takes even more turns, unless your deck can fill the grave up fast, but in which case you're probably losing because the guy gets ran over. I mean, he's a +1 when he hits the field, but he gets ran over really easy at 2300 attack. So, in my opinion, he never should have went to 1. He should always be a 2. Monster Reborn, you know, I put that in the same category as brain control. There shouldn't be top deck cards for the win. Monster Reborn is one of those cards. You top it for the win. You know, bring back a win condition, steal your opponent's win condition. I don't think those cards should exist. Dark Hole, I mean, it's kind of stupid. Ban, it's heavy. Bring back Dark Hole. I'd like someone to please justify that to me. MST had to go to 2 because of Heavy Storm, I guess. So now you have to be lucky and figure out which back row you're going to take out when you're playing your opponent who sets a bunch of cards in their back row. Starlight Road is here. It hasn't been touched, but apparently it was put to mitigate the setup destroyers such as Heavy Storm and Black Rose and JD and whatnot. So since that card exists, why bring that back but ban that? You know, I'm not going to get over it. And the reason I'm not going to get over it is because they didn't ban this card. This card makes half your deck invalid for, you know, basically a turn and a half. You know, makes your opponent's card. I play this, my turn, half your deck is invalid. On your turn, half your deck is still invalid. But they banned that. I mean, just my 2 cents. Now I want to talk to you guys about notable decks to look out for. X-Sabers only lost 1 card, basically. They lost Rescue Cat. So now they're just going to run triple fall troll, or I'm sorry, triple Bogart, and probably stick the Emmer's Blades back into the deck. So it lost explosiveness to some extent, but the deck can still explode. It may not OTK you as often, but they're going to nuke your hand still and control the field. With the release of Stygian Street Patrol, Infernities is still just as good, just as fast, and OTK is just as often. So don't be fooled. Okay, a lot of people are going to be surprised at how broken Mirage plays are now. The people used to play one, now they're going to play two or three because of Stygian Street Patrol. I'm just saying. Plant decks are a real contender. Just straight plants. I'm not talking about the Nateria bullshit. I'm talking about straight plants is really good. And I call the Nateria's bullshit because a lot of shit is conditional. You have to tribute specifically a Nateria monster to get Bamboo Shoot's effect. It only has 2,000 attack. And unless you have the perfect setup, it's going to get ran over by Cyber Dragon and other Synchros. Okay, I can't use my spell and traps. Okay, fine. I'm just going to Raikou it. You better have Divine Wrath, so it's situational in my opinion. Quick Draw Dandy Warrior. That deck. I can see people who are really good with the deck, really lucky with the deck, doing extremely well with it. Simply because the deck is amazing. It's using my favorite monster, Quick Draw. Used to be Dark Magician of Chaos, but he's banned. God rest his soul. But this deck still has amazing plays, and it can be mixed with plants. It's the most popular place to play it, and it's going to be a contender. The only thing I don't like about the deck is it's too passive. Setting Raikous, setting hamsters, that kind of thing. You have to wait a couple turns to explode, and I just don't like it. Especially with all the back rows and just sitting there. I want to do something. Lightsworn, with the release of Pot of Duality, Lightsworn has now become a threat again. They still did not touch JD. I don't understand why they did not touch JD. Okay, you can't special summon that turn, fine. You can dig for your Honest, and your JD's faster. So now you got the Dualities, Sarko. You're going to be digging for your win condition, and then the next turn you win. So I don't understand why they didn't do anything with JD. Debris Dragon, it goes with the plants. And the reason why I have it here with Snowman Eater is because this winter we're getting Gungnir. So quick draw variants, plant variants, they're going to get really powerful with Debris and Snowman Eater. Snowman Eater is already a really good card. It stops anti-meta with 1900 defense. Thunder King can't get over it. Bugger Knight can't get over it, etc. And then when it does die, you make Gungnir, dump your Dandelions and other cards, Pot of Avarice, do it all over again. Makes it really sexy in my opinion. And then I got the lower tier cards. Black Wings are down to 1 Whirlwind. That's kind of a blow to the deck, especially going from 3 now to 1. But it was wrecking in Japan, and the reason being is if you play the deck like a control deck instead of an explosive OTK deck, the deck is amazing. And they had to do something about it. And when it went to 2, I was upset. I always thought it should have went to 1 in the first place. And, that's my opinion on it. And to be honest, had they printed Blackwing Whirlwind, there could only be 1 Black Whirlwind on the field at one time, like other cards they've done in the past. They could have left it at 3. But the ability to stack those things, summon Sirocco, get double searches, that was just retarded. GBs, every format, GBs is a strong pick. People are thinking this is the best deck. It's not the best deck because if GBs go second, they have to break apart their opponent's setup to do anything. If they go first and open with Aquari and sets and back rows, then they're good. But other than that, it's I won't say mediocre, but it's just it's less than solid. Really good players, and I met some good players in Indy with GBs. They'll be fine. You always see these topping big events, 1 or 2 that squeak in, and that's why I don't totally discount the deck. Machina Gadgets. Stratos is at 1, but they kept this bitch at 3. I don't understand. 1800 attack floater. This thing is a +1. Okay, gadgets are fine because they're puny, but this thing can search a huge control monster, and the fact that limiter was not banned just totally escapes me. So, can someone please explain to me why they kept this at 3? Sure, not everybody's gonna run it, but people just don't understand the ability to get the instant plus ones and search a big ass beat stick that does things if you kill it. That's just not right. Konami really needs to take another look at how they produce cards for this game. They need to have high caliber players. They need to really hire some high caliber players to play test their product before they put it into production. Spend the money and make a more quality game that's more enjoyable for everyone. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little commentary. I know the video's kind of long, but I had a lot to say. I haven't put up a video in a couple weeks, and that's the reason for the length. On a side note, I'm sure you guys are familiar with my book of banned cards, and I didn't want to say this, but I'll go ahead and say it. I think everybody should do that. Pick up the banned cards, because you never know what's going to come off the ban list. I mean, for instance, I had a page of Super Hollow or Super Dark Holes. I had a page of Super Monster Reborn, half a page of Ultra Monster Reborns. So you never know when that stuff is going to get banned. Plus, the artwork on a lot of the banned cards are amazing. I mean, look at that. Yatagaratsu, Soldier, Dark Strike Fighter. So yeah, I have first edition, Imperial Orders, first edition, Ring of Destructions, bunches of Crush cards. I hope they never come back. I'm not saying these cards should come back, but I'm just saying that if they do come back, pick up, I have the highest rarity, and, try to get this stuff just for, just for the memories. The reason why you hate this game sometimes, used to hate this card. First edition Snatch Steals. Another card that never should have been printed. Butterfly Dagger Elma. Super Pot of Greed. First edition Dimension Fusions. First edition Prematures. Super Faith. And the new addition to the book, Substitute. Alright guys, it's been Dubkdad again. Check out my blog, and if you like, check out my website. And I'm out. Peace.